Hello, my fellow villagers. Welcome back to another video on Palworld. Today we'll talk about a build that helped me through the bosses of all the towers on Palworld. After defeating tower bosses in both the difficulties, we can have access to all the cave at Pal Expedition Station. So, without any delay, let us start. This build is divided into two assets. One is fixed, and the other is variable asset. First, we will talk about our fixed asset, that is our build. We will focus on increasing our attack. This is my loadout. These are the attack and defense pendants, which I used in the fight. To keep it simple and accessible, I am not using any legendary item, because there are many people who do not have legendary items. Our attack stats are very important in the fight. To maximize it, I have used Might Elixir. It greatly increases our attack. To farm Might Elixir, we have to farm multiple supply drops. To increase the frequency of supply drop, we have to go to world settings, then scroll down and find supply event setting. Then set the number from 180 to 1. This way supply drop will happen every minute, and we can farm important elixirs really fast. Another thing is food, with which we will boost our attack. And such two foods are Mozzarella Cheeseburger and Eichtherdir Locomoco. Another fixed asset is the Pal that we will be using in our party. To increase the effectiveness, I will suggest you keep 4 of them in the party. And the Pal I am talking about is Gobfin. Gobfin has an effect. It will boost our attacks when we keep them in the party. These are the stats by which our attack will increase. I insist that you all use maxed out Gobfins. The passive skills you would want on them are Vanguard and Stronghold Strategist. Now, let us talk about the variable assets. The variable assets will be the pals that we are going to use against different bosses. We need a total of 4 pals to defeat these 7 tower bosses, and these are the 4 pals that we are going to use. Each pal has an elemental advantage over the boss. The first 2 bosses I am going to talk about are Lily and Lylene and Bjorn and Bastiger. They both are weak against fire-type pal, and we will be using Ragnarok against them. Level of Ragnarok should be at this level if you want to take down these bosses at the hard level. And the passives I used on it are these. Passives on the fly mount-based pals are same. The next 2 bosses are Victor and Shadowbeak and Saya and Celine. They both are weak against dragon-type pals, so we will be using Chillet against them. You all must be wondering why Chillet, when we can use Jetragon. Well, the pals I am using increases your attacks, and in addition to that they add the elemental damage in our attacks. So Chillet is better than Jetragon for this fight. For the other 2 bosses, we will be using Anubis. Anubis on its own very strong, and when it fights alongside, it adds ground damage to our attacks. Anubis is perfect companion for these 2 fights, which will be against Axel and Orsurk and Zoe and Grisbolt. These are the passives I used on Anubis. You can replace one of them with Vanguard if you want for an extra 10% attack. And the last boss is Marcus and Phalaris, and we will be using Azurobe against them. And these are the passives I used on Azurobe. I hope this will help you get through all the tower bosses in Palworld. You have any doubts, feel free to ask in comment section. I will be happy to help. If my videos are helping you, do like and subscribe. Soon I'll be back with some more interesting videos on Palworld to make our life easier in Palworld. Till then, adios amigos.